Hello, my name is Hans George Campbell. Today I'm working on my Amiga 1200 computer. I just got finished recapping it, and I thought while I reassemble the computer that I would just turn on the camera and let you guys watch me do that. So let's get started. All right. Yeah, I just got finished. I just finished recapping this computer. Believe it or not, the surface mount capacitors were not that bad. I had the most problems with these through-hole electrolytics because I could not get the solder. I had a very hard time removing the solder from those holes because of the large ground planes. And so these in particular were a real pain in the ass. These four through-hole capacitors, they were the ones that I had the most problems with. And this capacitor here, all I did was remove this keyboard cover, okay, to give me more room. And I put a couple pieces of Kapton tape over the plastic just in case I accidentally touch the plastic. It'd be less likely to melt it. And then I used a tip like this. Like a very narrow tip that's flat like that. That's perfect for surface mount. Okay, that's the kind of tip that I use, and it fit in there perfectly. You know, and I was able to get in there because your normal tip, you see, it's too it's too big. It's too big. You can see the difference in the size of those tips. You can see the difference. This one's a lot thicker than this one. And so that's how I was able to get in there and get this capacitor soldered, okay, without having to remove these. But yeah, the surface mount caps, they're actually easy. I tried Chris Edwards' method of snipping the caps with sharp flush cutters. That worked really well. I didn't have any problems. No pads were lifted or anything. And then I cleaned the, I unsoldered the leads that were left over and cleaned up the pads and then soldered on the new caps, and yeah, it went very smoothly. It was very good. So now what we got to do, we got to put the motherboard into the shield. Now, I washed my hands really good with Dawn dishwashing liquid so that my fingers don't have oil on them, because the oil will affect this shield. It'll cause it to start corroding on the bottom, and you don't want that. Basically, just put it in there like that. Boys and ghouls. And okay. And then what I did, okay, it is important that you do not get these mixed up. Let me get that dust off of there. Yeah, let me get that dust off of there. It is important that when you remove these from these connectors, that they go back into the exact same connector they came out of. They are not the same. If you get them mixed up, you will strip some of these or you will have a problem. They're also of different lengths. They're not the same. I found that out from experience, from working on enough of these MiG 1200 computers. I know from experience. Never get these mixed up. Put them back in the connector that they came out of. And what I usually do is I put them in a compartment thing like this, that I know which connectors they came out of. So, alright. And of course I got my trusty tool here. Alright. And so, okay. Probably going to have to pull this a little bit closer to me. Yeah, you don't get these mixed up. They have to go back in the exact same connector they came out of. And that's a mistake that I see a lot of you make. I'm going to pull this all over like this. Okay, there's the, I think it's the mouse port. Then the joystick port. Come on. Oh, you goddamn bastard. What in the fuck? Okay, I'll come back after I get these in here. This way you guys don't have to, you know, sit here and watch this. Alright, I managed to get the shield back on. I put in all of these little nut things there. Yeah, it's very important that when you take these off, that they go back in the exact same place where they came out. They are not the same. They are different. They have different thread pitch, depending on the connector, and they are of different length. Some of them are, if you put them in one hole, it'll be stripped. But if you swap the screws, then they'll no longer be stripped. It's just the weirdness about how these are assembled at the factory. It's important. I see so many, in fact, every one of you that I've ever watched taking apart a MiG 1200, you all do this. You just take out these and throw them in a little bin. No, don't do that. They need to go back in the exact same connector that they came out of. Trust me when I tell you that. Also, okay, when you're recapping the Amiga 1200 motherboard, if you do not ever plan to use the RF modulator, there are 4 of the surface mount capacitors that once you remove them from the board, don't replace them. They are only needed if you're using the RF modulator. And those capacitor numbers are C236, C239, C235, and C214. Those 4 capacitors are not needed if you are not using the RF modulator. Okay? I just thought I'd let you guys know that. Alright, so now what we're going to do, let me move this over. Just put it right there, Mr. Campbell. Because I got a new case to put the motherboard in. And I've done an unboxing and a showing of this case in a past video. So if you haven't seen that video, I recommend that you go watch it. This is the beautiful blue Amiga 1200 case. I'll put the original case, because I have it, I'll put the original case in this box just to have it. I don't want to get rid of the original case. There's nothing wrong with that case. But anyway, okay, so we put that like that. And I'll put the case in this plastic bag too, to keep it nice. Alright, so put that like that. And I put that custom label on there. Ain't that cool? Yeah, put that custom. Hey, this is an eject button. Okay, eject button. Alright. I'll probably have to put that on the drive if it fits. I think that's only for the Shin-On drive. Yeah, I think it's only for the Shin-On drive. I don't know. I mean, you rarely ever see the disk drive button, so I might leave the original button on there. But anyway, there's the case that I'm going to put the motherboard into. Yeah. Right after a quick, I don't know, coffee break. All right. Love this case. I am going to get a set of the black keycaps. Probably within the next month or two. I'll be getting a set of those brand new keycaps for the Mitsumi keyboards. And then I think this Amiga 1200 will look really cool. Look really cool, boys and ghouls. I'm also planning, in a near future video, I'm going to be buying one of the black Amiga 500 keyboards. I mean, black Amiga 500 cases, and also a set of the keycaps. And I'll put together like a Darth Vader Amiga 500. I think that'd be pretty cool. Wow, those are pretty long. These screws here, they're pretty long. But I'd much rather have these than those stupid clips that are on the original case. Okay, and I think there's also screws here. Yeah. There's that. Boy, it's really hot today in Beaverton, Oregon. I mean, oh my God, man. It's really hot today. Really hot today, boys and ghouls. Okay, so those go on the side. Okay. I want to make sure that label... I like these rubber feet that are on her. These are really nice. Very nice. So this, I guess, comes off like that. And, okay, so there's the case. Where's my motherboard? There it is. My beautiful motherboard. Oh, okay. Why is that? Get off there. Okay. So, yeah, should go on like that. Yeah. Okay, there's that. Okay, so I'm wondering, do I use the original screws that came out of here? Because I don't see any more screws that came with the keyboard, I mean with the case. So I guess you got to use your original screws, which I do have. I do have them. I kept them, boys and ghouls. I kept them, man. Right here they is. I think they're all the same size, so yeah. I think one... Whoa, wait a moment. Wait, Mr. Combo. I do have the original shield. Yes, I do put everything back in if I still have everything. Including the original shield. Because I plan on using this Amiga 1200 with a Commodore 1084S monitor, which is a CRT monitor. And if your motherboard is not shielded, you will get interference from the motherboard on your CRT. So yeah, if you plan on using your Amiga 1200, or any computer for that matter, with a CRT monitor, you want to make sure you get the shielding on, put back on your computer. Or else you will get the wavy lines and the noise and stuff. Trust me when I tell you that. Okay, I'm going to clean this shielding with a rag that I'll spray a little bit of WD-40 on it. And then I'll wipe it down with a clean rag when I'm done. And then when I come back, it'll be ready to mount on here. I don't want this oxidizing or rusting, any more than what it is. So I'm going to wipe it down with WD-40 and a clean rag. And I'll be right back. Alright. I wiped the shield down, the top shield, with WD-40 sprayed on a rag. I did both sides. And then I wiped it down again with a clean 100% cotton rag. Whoever worked on this Amiga 1200 before, they failed to wash their hands first. And so they got their finger oils all over this and caused that oxidation as you see there. So by wiping it down with WD-40 and then cleaning it with a clean cloth, that will help keep that from rusting, turning into rust. Anyway, let me put this, what I probably should have done was, before I drop the motherboard in, it might actually be better to put the shielding on first. Yeah, it might be better to put the shielding on first. Yeah, just like that. It needs to go on, Mr. Combo, just like that. Yeah, I'm loving it. We got the shielding there. Now, I know a lot of you don't put your shielding back on. That's a big mistake, and I'll tell you why after I finish getting this on here. Okay, so I'll just bend these back over. They don't have to be bent real tight, because then they'll start suffering from fatigue. Just bend them over a little bit, not too much. That's fine. That's fine. This one gets bent forward. For those of you that didn't know that, it gets bent forward. Yeah. Okay, that one gets bent forward. And then we've got these two, they get bent over this way, and that way. Okay. So now I can put that back into the case. Okay. Put it back into the case. Now I already seated the ROMs, but I'll go ahead and do it again just to make sure they're seated. Yeah, they creaked a little bit. Those are the original Commodore Kickstart 3.1 ROMs. They're not by the third-party people that are just in it today just to get money from all of us Amiga fanatics. They could care less about the Amiga or us. They're in it just for, you know, they make money off Amiga fanatics. You know, they don't care about the Amiga. They really don't. Trust me, I know that for sure. Okay, so yeah, that's in there like that. I'm trying to think what screws, because I kept the original screws, but I'm trying to remember. I think one of these is for the drive. Let me see. Now, this is not the original drive that was in here, because all Commodore made Amiga 1200s, they came with shut-on drives, the high-quality shut-on drives. And that is what, that's what this eject button is for. It's for a shut-on drive. Now I have high-quality shut-on drives, high-density drives. They came out of a couple of my Amiga 4000 computers, and I'm planning on, at a later time, I'll probably do it when I get the brand new black keycaps. When I take this thing apart again, I'll replace this drive with a high-density Amiga drive, which is a shut-on drive. So at that time, I'll be able to put that blue eject button on, and because I'm installing, well, it's got 3.1 installed, right? That supports high-density Amiga disk drives. So, yeah, that'd be really cool. Okay, so so apparently one goes here. Is that? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it's supposed to. Okay, apparently that it taps the self-taps the plastic. It apparently these are self-tapping screws that will thread the plastic. Okay. I'm pretty sure that one goes here. Pretty sure on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one goes here. Damn it, go in there. Oh, come on. Okay, well, that's in there like that. Okay, I don't want to over-tighten it, because when they're self-tapping like that, well, I can tell about where they go. So one goes there. The other one for the drive goes there. Okay, any more that goes into the case for the motherboard? I think it's this one, but that one is a bolt that goes all the way through. So that's it. Apparently that's the only screws that go in to attach the motherboard to the case itself. So, yeah. Yeah. There's an actual bolt Well, the bolt goes in from the other side, and then there's a nut that goes on this, a nut and washer that goes on this side. I'm pretty sure of that. Most people never put that in. I probably won't either. Yeah, I don't even think it's needed. Okay. Okay, now to put the drive in, which goes in there like that. Pretty sure I'm going to need one of these screws to get that in. Yeah. Okay. And I think these screws here are for mounting it here. I think there's two different sizes. I didn't realize there were different sizes. I'm wondering which goes where. I didn't realize these screws for the drive back here, that they're different sizes. I think the short one goes toward the eject button, because you don't want anything interfering with that. No, actually, you know what? You know what? You know what? Okay, go like that, Mr. Campbell. Put them in the right way, please. Can you see what I'm doing at the camera? Let me move where you can see what I'm doing. Get my head out of the way. Alright. I might have to try to get a longer bolt if this one doesn't work. Okay. Did not over tighten. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to get another bolt, but for the time being, this will work. This will work. Okay. Yeah, that'll work for the time being. And, yeah. Now, pin 1, I need to look at, see what pin 1 is. Can't get that wrong. It doesn't say where pin 1 is, but it does appear to be keyed. Well, it's not keyed on the connector, though. I don't know where pin 1 is. Oh, I see it. Okay, I see where pin 1 is. Pin 1 is... Okay, pin 1 is in here. Yeah. Pin 1 is like that. Right, boys and girls? And then, I'm pretty sure it goes in just like that, boys and girls. Oh, come on, get in there. Yep, get in there, Mr. Cop. I hope I plugged it into the drive right. I think pin 1 goes that way. Now, the power connector you do not want to get wrong. Luckily, it's keyed. So Commodore did that right. That's keyed. So it'll only go in one way. So that's good. Okay, and that's for the LEDs for the front of the case or top of the case. Those LEDs plug into there. Oh shit. That needs to be bent down. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we've got the drive in. I don't need my goggles on anymore. Yeah, I don't need the goggles on anymore. Make sure this is in there. Okay, that's in there. Do not over tighten, Mr. Campbell. Do not over tighten. Alright. Okay. Now, I do have this solid state option. Got a 1 gig card that I've already partitioned this into 2 500 megabyte partitions, you know, Workbench and Work. I formatted both partitions and installed Workbench 3.9 on CF0, excuse me, CH0 or DH0, okay? And I showed how to do that in a previous video. In fact, I did a whole series of videos on installing Workbench 3.1 onto a compact flash card, you know, prepping one, and also installing Amiga OS 3.9 onto a compact flash card and making Amiga OS 3.9 look more beautiful. So if you haven't seen those videos, I recommend that you go watch them. But I found this compact flash card adapter. It looks like it's about the same size as a laptop hard drive, and I thought that was really cool. Because you want to make sure that you put this back in. I see that's another mistake that I see a lot of you make. You remove this from your Amiga 1200 computer and you don't put it back in. Don't do that, because this supports the center of your keyboard. It makes your keyboard more solid to type on the center part of the keyboard. It also keeps the keyboard frame from bending. A lot of your keyboards are bent in the center because it's not being supported by this. Also, if you don't have the center of the keyboard supported by this, the center of the keyboard will feel more mushy because it's giving away when you're pressing down the keys. It's not supported underneath that location of the keyboard, right? You want to make sure you put this back in your Amiga 1200. It's not just the hard drive cradle, okay? It also supports the center of your keyboard, okay? Yeah, I thought about installing this, and I may do that later on. I actually don't like solid-state drives. I actually prefer mechanical hard drives. But I just thought I'd show you this, because a lot of you guys, you just plug it into some kind of an compact flash card adapter, and you have it dangling in here. No, that's not the correct way to do that. You buy something like this, okay, and then you insert it like that, right? Okay, and then you plug it in. You know, you plug your cable in, right? Plug your cable in. That's the correct way to do it. Okay, that's how you do it. All right, but I don't want to use a solid-state drive. This is the hard drive that came with this Amiga 1200. I don't know what's on this hard drive. I'm actually curious. So I want to copy, if there's anything on this hard drive that I want to keep, I want to go ahead and copy all of that stuff onto disks. I have plenty of brand new disks. And no, they're not high density. They're the proper double-sided, double-density discs, and they're quality name brand discs. Brand new, still shrink wrapped. I collected the boxes of discs through the years because I knew that in the future they would be very hard to come by. I knew it. I planned for it. So I've been buying, every time I see a box of 3.5-inch discs, double-sided, double density, and the 5.25-inch ones too. I've been snatching them babies up because I prefer to use discs. I don't like using Gotek. Okay, I like the whole entire experience, retro computing experience, and that includes using discs. Okay, I don't like Gotek. I don't like it. I prefer real discs. I don't like solid state. Not my Amiga computers. I prefer, these loud mechanical hard drives. Got that whirring sound. Oh yeah, I love that sound. I love these mechanical hard drives. Oh yeah, that means my Amiga computer is alive. It's doing something. It's running. It's alive. It's alive! Anyway, after I copy the contents, copy what's on this hard drive, I'm going to totally, partition it, reformat it, and I'm going to copy the contents of my compact flash card, because I got an adapter that plugs in the side here. Compact flash card adapter plugs in here. And I'll just use Diskmaster to copy the entire contents of that compact flash card, which has Amiga OS 3.9 already set up, to this hard drive, and then when I reboot, this hard drive will be set up with Amiga OS 3.9. But yeah, let me make sure that these screws here are of the, they're tight enough. I don't want these to be loose and possibly fall into the computer and short the motherboard. That would not be good. So, yeah. Alright. So we're going to put this, I'm pretty sure this cable goes in like... You know what? I think it'd be easier to plug the cable in first. Okay, plug the cable in first. Like, okay, are some of these bent? The pin's bent or something? Because it's not wanting to go in. It's not wanting to go in. Like, what the fuck? That's weird. I don't want to bend those pins. But, yeah, I was expecting more resistance than that, but apparently that's all I need. Okay. I want to wipe off my sweat, because it is hot today, especially underneath these lamps. These video lamps. Yeah, it's hot in here. So, wipe off my sweat off of there. Wipe that off, and then we'll go ahead, plug that cable into the drive. I need to get my goggles on. I can't see shit without my goggles. I can't see a damn thing. My old eyes. Oh, come on. What the hell? Get in there, bitch. Get in there, bitch. Get in there, you fuck. See, I never liked that. See how that's like, yeah, I don't like that when it's hitting like that. So it's in there. Okay. It's in there. Okay. And just, I don't want it hitting that metal shield and possibly cutting into the cable, So that right there should be good. It should be good like that. And then I have to put the keyboard on. All right. When I get the new, the brand new black keycaps, that's when I'll do a total refurbishment of this keyboard. But for now, I'm just using a soft, natural hair brush just to, you know, brush off any dust or anything on it. It's actually in pretty good shape considering, you know, how old this computer is. I think I gotta lift this up. Shit. Damn it. So one thing I always hate about these, okay, let me, I have to very carefully pick up like that. Okay. Alright. That's another thing I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on getting one of those hard keyboard membranes, the hard ones, the PCBs. I'm planning on getting one of those. Yeah, plan on getting one of those. Okay, so this will go in. It should go on just like that. Why isn't it going on? Yeah, it should go on about like that. And then this will plug in like that. And then I use this to push that down. Okay. There you go. So that's pushed in. It's in there. Okay. Now for some reason this doesn't want to like go in there, but it should be in there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's in there. It looks good. Alright, so the next thing I need to do is, let me move this out of the way temporarily. God, this computer is heavy when it's all together. Is I need to screw on the LED board. Where the hell did I put it? I know I brought that out here, the LED board. Here it is. And I even have the screws where they go. Okay, so like that, and we got that like that, and then okay, so I'm pretty sure it goes in like that. Pretty sure on that. Just like that. Pretty sure, boys and ghouls. Okay. What I'm going to do at a later time, I'm going to take this board back off, this LED board, and I'm going to unsolder those LEDs and the resistors, and I'm going to solder on 2 rectangular blue LEDs per one. I mean for each LED. And then I'll the resistors, I think those are 470s, but I want the blue LEDs to have a nice glow to them. So I'm going to replace those with 1K ohm resistors so that the blue is not overly bright. And I think it'll look really good with this this blue case. You know, I think it'll look really good. I could also, instead of the blue, I could put in like all yellow, you know, because yellow goes really good with blue. Looks really good. So you guys let me know in the comments, do you think I should do blue LEDs or yellow? Anyway, there's the LED boardus. Yeah, and the LEDs I was talking about, I got them. Where did I put them? Well, shit, where did I put them? Oh, well. Here's the yellow ones. And you could put like two of them, you know, side by side, and they'll be the same size as one of those. In fact, that's all it is two LEDs that are put together by one piece of plastic. Well, this will accomplish the same thing, and it'll fit in there. Yeah, have like 3 amber LEDs, right? Or I have these in blue too. I also have them in blue. So let me see. Got them in blue. That's those. See, I also have them in blue. And these glow really nice. See, and I can put 2 of them together to form one of those long LEDs, and they'd glow blue. And if I change out the 470 ohm resistors to 1K ohm resistors, these will have a nice glow to them. They won't be overly bright. And I think that's one of the things I'm going to do too. But I'll wait, so I have to take this computer back apart again when I get the new keycaps. I'll do all that then. Okay, don't want to over tighten it because you'll strip it. Alright, so that's in there and it looks good. I don't see any problems with it. It looks really good. Yeah, I don't see any problems with it. So, bring the computer back over here. Get this out of the way. Out of the way. Okay. This thing's pretty heavy when it's all put together. I mean, oh my God, man. It's heavy for its size. Okay. So, I think what I want to do, I want to move this closer toward, I need more space behind the computer to put this like that. And I know this is keyed. Oh, don't break those tabs, Mr. Campbell. In fact, just hold on the keyboard like that and plug that in like that. Alright, it's plugged in. Plug it in, plug it in. Oh yeah, man. Plug it in, man. Plug it in, plug it in. Hans, shut the hell up. Dumbass. Hey man, watch it. Hey man, watch it, man. Okay, I don't want those wires getting all oh shit, don't fuck up. I don't want to mess up this beautiful case. And I mean absolutely. Come on! Come on, I don't want this getting all fucked up. I don't want to take a chance on that getting fucked up. So, put that bitch in there. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, you know I got it going on. You know I got it going on, man. Plug that bitch in, plug it in. Put it right underneath there and I think it'd be better. I don't want those wires getting messed up, Mr. Combo. You do not want this shit getting messed up. Those wires ain't getting in there, ain't getting caught. Oh my God, man, look! Oh my God, man, look. Okay. I usually don't like laying it on top of this keyboard like that, but hey, how else am I going to do it? How else am I going to fucking do it? I usually don't like laying it on the keyboard, but oh well. Plug it in, plug it in. Okay. How's this going in? Is it going in? Doesn't feel like it's going in, man. Does not feel like it going in, man. Okay. And we got these babies. They gotta go in. Do not over tighten, because if you over tighten these, even though there's threaded brass inserts in this plastic, if you over tighten that, you can actually strip those brass inserts right out of that plastic. Trust me, I've done it with old computers in the past. Back in when I used to work on real old computers that have those inserts, like from the early 80s, you know, a lot of computers back then had these inserts. And I made the mistake a few times of over tightening. Oh yeah, it stripped the damn brass insert right out of the fiberglass. Because back then, a lot of the better cases, they didn't have plastic front ends. They had fiberglass front ends. They were really nice. It's not all this plastic crap like what we got today. You know, it's high quality fiberglass, you know, or really thick plastic with brass, you know, brass inserts, threaded brass inserts. Computers back in the old days, they were made a lot better than what they're made today. They were a lot better back then. Okay. Do not over tighten. Just snug them. Do not over tighten. Can't stress that enough. And then drop that screw in there. What the fuck? Okay, get in there. Oh, come on. Oh, you fucker. Get out of there, bitch. I might have to use, just to get it in there, I might have to use this one. Oh, shit. Don't fall in there. God damn, man. Okay, I think that worked. I hope it did. Oh, it went in. It worked, man, boys and girls. It worked. Oh my God, man. My beautiful Amiga computer, Amiga 1200. I'm so happy. You can tell I'm so excited I can't hide it. Yep. So excited I can't hide it. I feel like turning on the pointer scissors right about now. Okay. Do not over tighten, Mr. Campbell. What did you just tell the people? Your viewers are watching. Do not over tighten the sheet, man. Snug feet only. Okay? Just snug it. Just like that. Just like that, boys and girls. Okay. Make sure these are tight. Yeah. All right. I'm thinking, what the hell goes there? I don't remember any screw going there. I wonder if that long screw, I don't know. If any of you guys know if a screw goes there into the disk drive, let me know in the comments. I'm not sure about that. If a screw goes there or not for the disk drive to help hold the drive in. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, oh my God, man. Now there is some discoloring to the case. I see that. There is some like slight, you know, it's imperfections in the color of the plastic. But in general, it's okay. I mean, it's not bad. But there it is, boys and ghouls. My Amiga 1200, freshly recapped. Yeah, eventually I'm going to install. It doesn't have to be perfect, Mr. Campbell. Just semi-perfect is fine, okay? All right. But eventually, I'm going to replace the original keys. These are not in bad shape, because normally these Amiga 1200 keys are yellowed. These are actually in pretty nice shape, all things considering. You know, they're in pretty nice shape. But I am going to replace. I'll keep them, you know, the spare keycaps, because they'll also fit the Amiga 500. But I'll replace these with brand new black keycaps. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to replace this drive with a high-density Amiga drive, a Shinnon drive, that came out of one of my Amiga 4000 computers. And it'll fit this computer perfectly. I just got to take the faceplate off and then put this blue eject button on that drive. And it'll fit in here just perfectly. And Kickstart 3.1 supports high-density Amiga disk drives. So I can format 880K disks as well as 1.76 megabyte disks. So yeah, that'll be really cool. And of course, I'm thinking about replacing these LEDs with all blue LEDs, you know. But I might have it to where only the power LED is blue, right? And then the disk drive and hard drive LEDs are that beautiful yellow color. So you guys let me know what you think about that. You know, should I make them all blue or just have the power blue and the drive lights yellow? Let me know what you think about that. Okay, so now I'm going to set this computer up in my computer room, and I'll show it to you in the next video. Show you the type of stuff I like to run on my Amiga 1200 in the next video. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Hans George Campbell, and until next time.